Did you know that SharePoint can give you a set of powerful tools to help you organize and manage information? That's what content types are for. They let you associate documents or other files stored in SharePoint to a specific template, workflow, piece of metadata, or even a retention policy. In short, content types let you efficiently create, manage, and preserve critical data within your organization. In this example, content types have already been created and associated with this document library. In this video, you'll see how to use content types to create and organize contracts, and then archive these contracts by applying retention policies to them. On the Files tab, click New Document, and take a look at the different content types you can choose from. Let's choose the contract one. A template has been associated to help standardize and structure the content. Take a look at the fields at the top, which can just as easily be inserted into the body of the contract. This is where you can add the metadata about your contract so you can more easily organize and manage documents later on. Let's save our changes and go back to the document library. Now we can see the new contract we just created automatically added under the contract group with all its related metadata. Now let's create a retention policy for the contract content type. This will let us schedule how our contracts are managed and disposed of. First, enable retention. In this example, we'll use the same retention policy for records and non-records, but you can create different retention stages for records. Next, choose how you want to activate your policy. In this example, we'll choose to archive our contracts 3 months after the review date. Now you can decide how to manage a document tied to this content type, like when to delete it, declare it as a record, or do any number of things to it. Let's just transfer it to a record center to archive it and leave a link in the current library that points to the new location. Now that we've created this policy, the transfer will happen automatically 3 months after the review date. You can also choose to manually send documents to other locations, like the record center. Notice the new icon in the library showing a link that points to the new location for the document. Let's go to the record center and check out the status of our document. There's our contract. We can see that it's pending submission. At this stage, documents need to be organized within the record center. In the next video, you'll learn how to organize them automatically using Content Organizer rules. Now that we've sent our contract to the record center, notice that it's pending submission for long-term storage. Documents can also be submitted to the record center directly from your desktop. Let's see how to automatically process incoming documents. In this example, all that we need is a Content Organizer rule, so our contracts can be preserved for the long term in the right place within the record center. Okay, let's create a Content Organizer rule now. Rules keep your content types organized within our record center based on the conditions that you define. First, give your rule a name, and then choose what content type it applies to. Now let's set some conditions so that we process small contracts with a deal size of less than $50,000. You can add multiple property-based conditions as needed. Next, choose a target location for contracts that meet the condition of your rule. Here's our target location. Now any contract that meets the conditions of our rule will go in this folder. Let's see our rule in action. Select the contract we created in the previous video and send it to the record center. This time, the browser displays a message indicating that the document has been moved to a final location. There is now a link in the library that points to the new location of the document. In the record center, our contract is no longer pending submission. That's because the Content Organizer rule we created moved it to the folder we targeted. Let's check that folder now. Great, our rule is working and contracts of the type we specified will now be sent to this folder moving forward.